101 West Lime Street, baby.
So you don't understand and you didn't show understanding.
All right, guys, welcome back to Mondays with McGriff. That's the kind of stuff that keeps me coming back. Like I've always got something that say, okay, what can we be better at?
That's a heck of a job, man. Walk all the way and come back, right? Come on.
All right, guys and girls, this is episode 10, week 11 of Mondays with McGriff. This is district championship week. So this is what everybody in the state has been heading towards, and let's dive into it, right, with our soapbox issues. Number one, what a terrific Mosaic Stinger shootout. First of all, thank you to the Mosaic Company for their generous contribution to the teams. We put that money back into feeding the teams and feeding the coaches and t-shirts for the teams, and the teams enjoy coming. And so it was a terrific Mosaic for Polk County. Polk County was 7-5. I'm not going to count the Auburndale-Sebring game. We had 13 games, but I'm not going to count that because we consider Sebring Polk County, even though they're Highland County. So I'm throwing that out. When we were 7-5, the rest of the games, Polk County victorious. Some great games. Lakeland beating Olympia late. Obviously, Winter Haven and Victory are the bell cows of the county this year, winning their games. All right, Kathleen. Most people thought that they had given up on the season. They had not. Great win against Columbia. Discovery beat Plant City, a top 100 team. Lake Region had the game won and got a shot hit on them at a buzzer. Wound up losing in overtime. Santa Fe lost at the buzzer, so it could have actually been a much better Mosaic. And then it helps that the Yellow Jackets won both their games. We squeezed them out. And so a great Mosaic. I want to thank all of the volunteers. We've got so many volunteers in the hospitality room. We've got so many volunteers at the table. We got so many volunteers who don't show up to the event, but they support us behind the scenes financially. They support us in helping us put the program booklet together. They support us with food donations for the concession stand. And so it's a community effort to pull it off. I hope the teams, I know the teams feel love when they come there. I know the fans enjoy it. I know it's a laid back. It's all about basketball. It's a big basketball party. It was the only show in the state on Saturday, and so I'm very thankful that the Polk County teams want to come back. The out-of-county teams, we had 10 of the top 30 teams in the state. They want to come back. So just a terrific Mosaic Stinger shootout, and it's a great tune-up for district championship week. Okay, so my second soapbox issue is district championship week. I want to talk about our district, but I'm talking about all districts and how they work, okay? There are 662 boys teams in the state. All 662 boys teams will be in action, okay, starting on, many of them started on Tuesday. So here's how it works, okay? The district quarterfinals is Tuesday. We have 6 teams in our district. The district quarterfinals is Tuesday. All right, the top 2 seeds in our district via the FSA rankings, via Max Preps and the FSA rankings. The top 2 seeds were Lakeland at number 1. They get a bye. They don't play till Thursday. And St. Cloud, I think it's Bulldogs from Osceola County. They edged the Yellow Jackets. They're having a great season. We'll talk about them in a minute. Okay, so the Bartow, we got the 3 seed. This was as of Monday, last Monday, the 29th. Okay, we got the 3 seed. That means we're going to have to play on quarterfinal night. And guess what's our gift for the 3 seed? Our buddies from down Crutchfield Road, the Kathleen Red Devils, my alma mater from Lakeland, and they're going to be ready to play. And so we're the 3 seed. Kathleen is the 6 seed, and what a 6 seed they are. We're going to talk about that in the preview. And the other side of the bracket is Lake Gibson will play Liberty on Tuesday at Lake Gibson. So Lake Gibson, Liberty at 7 at Lake Gibson. The Yellow Jackets play Kathleen Red Devils Tuesday at Bartow at 7 o'clock. And so this is district championship week. We like to say in Bartow, last week was for show. This week is for dough. This is championship season. So we're going to delve into how we can win our district championship for Class 6A District 7. Let's get into the weekend review. Okay, it was a big week. It was 4 games last week, and we said one of the things we said at the end of last week's broadcast. We said it was a big week. We thought we were a playoff team, but we were going to have some chances to prove that we were a playoff team. But I thought we were, and I thought we were. I think I said I thought we were because we were a sound defensive team. We were getting better offensively and things like that, and all that stuff has manifested. Thank the Lord I was right. We had a 4-0 week. Okay, we beat Mulberry on Monday 78-42. Armadale on Wednesday in the makeup game in Bartow 59-24. Okay, Windermere Prep in the Stinger Shootout on Friday 63-61. Windermere I think was 20th in the state. Gibbs on Saturday in the Mosaic 62-59. Okay, I think Gibbs was 23rd in the state or 25th in the state. So we swept the week. Okay, did we prove we're a playoff team? I think so. Are we totally in? Not quite. We still got some work to do, but we're in pretty good shape. Nobody's ever totally in unless you're 1 or 2 or 3 in the region. We're not that, but we'll break that down in a little bit. But let's review the games. We're going to review them quickly since we got so many. Okay, Monday at Mulberry. We told you we were going to Mulberry for the first time in many years. 78-42. Most people that didn't go to the game, Mulberry was up at the end of the first quarter. It was only a 10-point game. It ended up at halftime. We were winning. I think it was a 14 or 15-point game in the third quarter. So Coach Sanders is doing a good job. We broke it open in the fourth quarter. He's doing a good job over there. Okay, and his teams, I mean, they're 13-10 and they're competitive in games. They were competitive in our game. Okay, why we win the game? Okay, well we made 10 threes. Okay, anytime you make 10 threes, that's a pretty good number. We talked about effective field goal percentage. We were 49%. Means we made some threes with our twos. Okay, and Mulberry was 33%. Means our defense was good. Okay, here's a special number, Yellow Jackets. We've been talking about a special number. Our turnover percentage, 9.3%. Now you remember when we got on this show and every week we talked about turnover percentage. We told you it was over 20, it was 27 one game, it was 33 one game, it was 22 one game, and it was terrible. And we kept saying if we're going to be a championship team, we can't operate like that. And so the last couple of weeks has been coming down, and then 9.3% turnover percentage. That's why we won the game, and that's why we spread it. We got more shots than they got because we didn't turn it over. Jacoby Terry turned that game in the third quarter. He played the entire third quarter in about 3 or 4 minutes in the fourth quarter, and his activity turned the game. He also scored some points. He had 11 points. Hit a 3 to start the half, got a layup bucket. His defense and hustle and loose ball play. He's just ferocious. He's a dog. Okay, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 deflections, most of them in the third quarter, and really did a good job. Jay Crosley hit 5 threes. Jay Kylan, hit 5 threes, most of them in the second half. We hit 10 as a team. He hit 5, really to give us the margin in the fourth quarter. And so that's when you hit some threes, you play good defense, you don't turn the ball over, recipe to win, and we won that game 78-42 in Mulberry. Wednesday was the makeup game in Bartow against Auburndale, 59-24. Why we win the game? Let's give you some more. I've got another stat thing I'm going to introduce today briefly, and we'll talk about it next week. We do get to have a show next week because I feel good about us making the playoffs. But so our field goal percentage, effective field goal percentage for the Auburndale game, 51.9%, pretty good. Okay, Auburndale 25%. Okay, it means our defense was good, hold somebody to 24 points. What was the turnover percentage, McGriff? Great question, viewers. 11.3%. Some people say, well, okay, Coach, these are not some of the better teams you have played. Is that why your turnover percentage is down? No. Okay, we were turning it over against the good teams we had to play in previous games, against the bad teams, against the average teams. We were turning it over against your mom. We were turning it over against your dad. We were turning it over just walking out of the door. So it's got nothing to do with the opponent. We're doing a good job. The guys are doing a good job of taking care of the basketball. So 9.3 Monday against Mulberry. That means on our possessions, we're only turning over 11.3% of the time Auburndale. That was terrific. Okay, while we beat Auburndale, points off of turnovers, 26. We got 26 points. They got 1. Okay, second chance points. We got 19 second chance points. Big highlight from the Auburndale game. Jason Williams made his debut. I limited his minutes. He only played about 6 minutes. He got a ferocious alley-oop dunk that Jay Crosley threw him, and I pulled him out right afterwards. Okay, he's been out. I think he played. That was his 6-game play, so he's been out 15 or 16 games, and we need him. He's rusty. He's not rebounding. He's not defending. So he's got to. Hopefully, we can get him back in the rhythm to get him back in midseason form later in the year. But that's the highlight of that game. Jason Williams is back. Hand still got a little cover on it to make sure it's okay, but he's tough, and we got to get him better. We got to get him back in the form. He's not playing to his capabilities, but we're happy he's back. Okay, Friday at the Steelers Shootout, in a great game on Friday night, we beat Windermere Prep, a state championship team. They lost in the state championship game, I believe, last year, 63-61 in the Mosaic. Okay, let's delve into the numbers. Okay. Effective field goal percentage, 50%. We shot 50%. Okay, they shot 60.5. So you asking, how do you win that game? Because we shot 50. And so our defense was not great. And, well, our defense was great. And they had a player that was greater than the defense. We're going to talk about that. Okay, the rebounds. Okay, we got 15 rebounds. Okay, they got 34 rebounds, 15 to 34. How do we win that game? Okay, so they shot a high percentage in effective field goal, and they clobbered us on the boards. We're going to talk about rebounding in a minute. Or why we win it? Okay, the turnover percentage, okay? With the Yellow Jackets, again, taking better care of the ball. I'm very proud of the guys. I give them the credit. We've been on them like white to rice. We've been on them like peanut butter and jelly on Marita bread, okay? We got it down to 14.5% in that game against a good team, against a state championship caliber team. We kept it way under 20, 14.5%. What was Windermere Prep's turnover percentage? 32.8%. So we forced them into turnovers and got some easy baskets, and we kept their easy baskets down. The rebounding numbers are a little bit deceiving because, so this is for my basketball junkies, okay? Because we turned Windermere over a lot, there weren't as many defensive rebounds for us to get. So they got more defensive rebounds than us because we attempted more shots and missed shots. They did not have as many defensive rebounds for us to get because we turned them over. So that's a little bit deceiving, but we've got a rebounding issue we're gonna talk about in the next game. Okay. So you said McGriff, you say your defense wasn't terrible. Well, you force a team like that in the 33% basically turnover percentage is not terrible, but what? You said they shot 60% effective field goal. Well, that's because they got a sophomore that's one of the top sophomores in the nation by the name of Brandon Bass. And he had 27 points, and he had them in a variety of ways. He got them at the rim. He got them on pull-ups. He had 2 or 3 step-back threes, and so he was tough to guard. We made a few adjustments late just to slow him up, just a smidgen. Those kind of guys you can't stop. You just got to slow them up a smidgen. We slowed them up late. And enough to win it. Okay, it was a great team effort. We were up in the first half. We went through a terrible drought in the second quarter into the third quarter, and we came back in the third quarter, took the lead, had it in the fourth quarter, and held on. Daniel Thompson was terrific on defense and on offense. He had 23 points, 7-11 from the field, 4 for 7 from the three-point line. Like I said, big rebounds, big shots. Okay. Jay Crosley, 11 points. Okay, I think he was 4 for 6 from the three-point line. Okay, the defense late in the game, terrific on Bass, and the big kid, 7-footer from Windermere. We also did a good job on him and limiting him, and we kind of beating him up. He beat us up too with the rebounding, but we beat him up as well. So great win for the Yellow Jackets. Somebody at the beginning of the week said, "Well, Coach, if you go 3-1, that'll be a great week, but we don't think like that as Yellow Jackets." And so right after the game, we told them that was a great win, but championship teams want momentum. And so we got it the next night against an equally tough Gibbs team, St. Pete Gibbs. We beat them 62-59. Okay, I was asked how many times in the 15 years that we've hosted the Mosaic have we won both games in the Mosaic? And I don't know, I'd have to look it up, but it's been no more than 4 or 5 times. So I told somebody this. We've been to the Final Four 6 more times than we've won 2 games in the Mosaic. So that tells you the quality of opponents that we play in the Mosaic, back to back with no rest. Okay, and we're hosting the event. Sometimes we're not dialed in as coaches because we're hosting the event. So that tells you how tough the competition is we play. So it's a pretty good accomplishment by this group to win both games. We've only probably done it, let's say 4 times. We've been to the Final Four 6 times, okay? Last time we did it was in 2020, which was Josh Simon's senior year, Walt Clay's junior year, state championship year in 2020, okay? So why did we win that game against Gibbs, okay? Close game all the way. Effective field goal percentage, we were 44.8, they were 42.2, that's a wash. Turnover were even. Our turnover percentage was good again. Gibbs was a good defensive team. Only 15.7% of the possessions were turnovers. Gibbs was a little bit higher, 16.7. So why did we do it? Okay, I think it was a team effort by everybody. Okay, we really won the game because of our team play. Okay, Antoine Willis really did a good job late trying to slow down their kid, their number 10. Just hammering us there to hit some big drives to the rim, scoop shot to the rim, split through, seems like 2 people. Okay, made another couple step back threes. We couldn't stop him. We made a few adjustments late, jazz stuff, changes rhythm, and that kind of helped us. Okay, and then once we got down again, we made some shots. Same culprits. Dan had another good game, 15 points, 4 rebounds. Rick was, I thought, sensational. We can get him better, 11.7 rebounds. And then Dan hit the shot at the end of regulation. We thought it was a game winner, but his foot was on the line, so you saw everybody storm the court. Coach McGriff fist pump, and then, you know, we thought the game was over, and then we got to play. Somebody asked me, well, what'd you say in the huddle? What I said was in the huddle, we'll play all night. We thought we had won it. Let's go win it. Okay, and so the guys did. We got down 4 in overtime twice, and then came back and had we had a little strategy involved. If you weren't at the game, you don't know the strategy. We don't have time to go over it. You got to show up to the games Tuesday, 7 o'clock in Bartow. Okay, get back in that game, and we won it in overtime. We had the last shot, and Jacqueline Crosley off a beautiful pass by Antoine. It was a broken play. Gibbs did a good job, and he made a play. Antoine made a play. Jacqueline hit a step back 3. It was nothing but net, and we stormed the court again. So, what a great win for the Yellow Jackets. The boys celebrated. They deserve it. Somebody said, well, Coach, are you worried about your team? They celebrated like a state championship. And I said, well, the person that asked me had never been in a state championship game, so that's number 1. The person that asked me that had never been in one. We've been in, I think we've been in 4 of them. Okay. Number 2. So I was a little bit taken aback by that. This is a game that's played with emotion. A kid hit a big shot. Okay, this team, these seniors the last 2 years have not won many meaningful games. We did not win the district last year for the first time in a long time. Okay, we did not make the tournament for the first time in 12 years. We've been on them hard, and we sometimes they think we're picking on them. And here they are celebrating a fantastic win over a top 25 team. We told them if you win these games, you pretty much not 100% locked, but you're going to be in the tournament. That was the appropriate celebration. The guys deserved it. And so somebody said, well, how do you go get them ready? Because you got a district. I say because we want to be the district champs, and so we know how to get them ready. But what a terrific game for our guys, and what a terrific review of the regular season. We finished 16-9. So if you told me before the season with our schedule we're going to finish 16-9, and Jay Sean's going to miss 17 of 25 games, and KJ missed a big part of the season. Ed's been healthy, and we're going to start 2 freshmen at the beginning of the season. I would have told you those freshmen weren't going to start. I'd have looked at you, I'd have scratched my head, and I'd say, good, we'll take it, right? And so we're right where we want to be, and we're getting better, okay? Before we get to the, let's go ahead and get to the previews, okay? And we're just going to really preview one game because the other games we don't know. We've got the district quarterfinals, Class 6A District 7, okay? Tuesday, 7 o'clock against Kathleen. Somebody's going to say you got that in the bag, okay? I'm going to tell you that we beat Kathleen 64-50 at Kathleen in December. Anybody that went to the game knows it was a single-digit game in the 4th quarter, and we pulled away in the 4th quarter, right? And then we beat them 56-35 in Bartow about 3 weeks ago. Somebody's going to say, well, that score you beat them by more. And if you came to the game, you know that Kathleen had us rattled. It was a close game and a half, close game through 3, and we spread it late. So the Yellow Jackets are playing the Red Devils, And anytime the Yellow Jackets play the Red Devils are going to show up to play, and the Yellow Jackets are going to show up to play. I'm not going to have to motivate my guys, okay? These seniors were on the team as sophomores when we won the district championship 2 years ago. We're the number 1 seed in the region. Kathleen's the 8th seed, and they come to Bartow and beat us. So they remember it. That takes care of that. I don't have to say anything. They'll be ready. Okay. What do we have to do to beat Kathleen? So I know Shaw's going to be ready. Shaw's going to do the first game he played us 2-3 zone. The next game he played us man, picked us up, pressed us. So we got to be ready for everything and what they do defensively. We got to be able to rebound the ball. Now, we've challenged our team all year. We've challenged them to be a good defensive team. We've challenged them that from the start. They've gotten better. Then we identified that we had a turnover problem. We've challenged them to be better with turnovers, okay? And over the last 7 to 9 games, the turnovers have gotten better, okay? Now my next challenge to the Yellow Jackets, and I'm talking to the fans, so you can get on the boards at the game on Tuesday. Instead of you yelling at them fans about shooting the ball, I want you to yell at them this: rebound the ball. Fans say it with me on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Rebound the ball. We're not rebounding like a championship team. We're not rebounding like Yellow Jacket. We've won 11 district championships, and we're not rebounding like Yellow Jacket championship teams. We call it, okay, thuggery in the pivot. And we're not thuggery in the pivot. We're rebounding okay. We're rebounding well enough, but it ain't championship well enough. So if we're going to beat Kathleen, we're going to have to rebound the ball, and it's going to have to be thuggery in the pivot. So I'm calling my guys out. And we're going to practice today thinking about rebounding the ball and thuggery in the pivot. We've got to rebound the ball to beat the Red Devils, okay? Okay, we got to keep the turnovers down, okay? Okay, I thought that was a good turnover game against them the second time we played them. I think the first time it was like 28% of the time we turned the ball over. I think it was 20 the second time. Let's see if we get it lower. Okay, we got to take great shots. We got to play great transition defense. Kathleen's a good transition offensive team. I think they put up 80 points on victory. Okay, and so we got to play well to beat them, and we'll be ready, and Kathleen will be ready. That'll be Tuesday, 7 o'clock at the Hive. Be there. Remember, Yellow Jackets, rebound the ball. Just yell it out with me, okay? Okay, if we win that game, and I got confidence that we'll win, but I'm not arrogant, so I always use the word if, because we got to play, okay? But if we can win that game, we'll play St. Cloud on Thursday. That game will be at Lakeland High School. The semifinals will be at the number 1 seed, both semifinal games. So we will get, if we beat Kathleen, we will get St. Cloud Thursday. It'll be 6:30 at Lakeland. Thursday, 6:30 at Lakeland. We will play the 2 seed, St. Cloud. We've got to beat Kathleen on Tuesday. If we beat Kathleen on Tuesday, if we beat St. Cloud on Thursday, which will be at Lakeland, okay, Tuesday at Bartow 7, Thursday at Lakeland, we'll play 6:30. We will be, because the home team is Lakeland, they'll get the later game. We'll play the district championship. If Lakeland wins, it will be Lakeland in the district championship. If anybody else wins, the district championship will be in Bartow on Saturday. It'll be Saturday. The state's doing boys and girls at the same time, so the district championship has been on Friday. It's moving to Saturday night. It'll be at Lakeland if they're in the championship game at 7 o'clock. If somebody else wins, if Lakeland gets upset by Lake Gibson or Liberty, okay, and we win, it'll be at Bartow. So that's the preview for the week. It's district championship week. Okay, last week was for Showcase of Polk County, Mosaic. This week is for Doe. This is to put a number on a banner. This is to put a trophy in the trophy case. This is for championships, okay? And so this is championship week. We like to say offense wins tickets, defense wins games, rebound and win championships. Yellow Jackets, what are you saying? Rebound the ball. We got to rebound like a fat kid with a ham sandwich, and that's what it's going to take to win it, okay? So we'll take a couple of questions.
My first question is, you mentioned covering the Mosaic, that you have to also run it. What personally do you look forward to most during the Mosaic weekend, the 2 days?
I try to shake every coach's hand, hug his neck, and thank him for coming to the Stinger Shootout. I don't get to watch all the games. Okay, I got joy watching Wheelan's game because he's my guy. Polite sitting on the bench, played for him on my 2010 state championship team. Coach Broke, Coach Hughes is on the bench. One of my brothers we discovered they had a big win, so I enjoyed that. I get to sit at the table and listen to coaches, so I was sitting right behind Henderson's bench. Most people think I'm there to scout Henderson. I got more tapes on Henderson in Lakeland than Henderson got on Henderson. So I just there to just hear him coach because he's one of my guys, right? Kenny Davis, the same thing, to hear him coach. He's one of my guys. Okay, I got to sit and hear Coach Blicker coach his team and Woodside coach his team and Fitzgerald coach his team. We were, okay, so the brotherhood, to be rooting for Polk County. That's the first thing. Those guys, we fighting each other like dogs, but I was rooting for everybody to win. And the second thing, the people. Like to see all the fans that enjoy coming. One guy, he came up and said, I'm here again, a guy from Jacksonville. He comes every year. And I said, well, make sure you visit our hospitality room because he comes from Jacksonville. I said, you going to stay just one day? He said, no, I'm here both days. He said, this is better than the state tournament. All the games. And if you were at the tournament, the close games, the matchups, we got it right, thank the Lord. They were awesome games. The crowds were great all weekend. Okay? So the atmosphere of the event, the teams want to come. The fans enjoy coming. The hospitality, we feed the teams, we feed the coaches. We try to be nice. I'm not a nice person. I'm only nice because the Lord says, serve my people. So we try to be nice to people and show people God's love in a practical way. So I got stopped and I said, Coach, this is such an example of how to serve the whole Polk County community. If you're a Polk County basketball fan and you weren't playing a game, you're a high school basketball fan, this is the place to be every year. So I get more out of that and to see the whole community. We got 30 or 40 volunteers pulling together to pull this off. This is a big deal. And we got 30 to 40, probably more volunteers. That's the other thing. So it's pretty neat, 15 years in. We try to get better every year, and I think we're doing it. All right.
701 West Lime Street, baby.